Thank you for your presentation. Mr. Mueller, over to you. 5 minutes, sir.
Perfect. Well, thank you, Mr. Chair, members of the committee, for the opportunity to appear here today. I'm here on behalf of Canada's aerospace industry, including the Quebec industry, which is a major engine of our country's economy and national defence that supports more than 225,000 Canadians and their families while contributing more than $34 billion annually to Canada's GDP. The release of Canada's defence industrial strategy was an important and welcome milestone for our industry, one that AIAC has long been calling for. This is a very important policy announcement, and I want to thank each and every one of you and your colleagues from all political parties for your support and encouragement for this very important document. The strategy provides a strong foundation and roadmap for strengthening Canada's defence industrial base and appropriately recognizes aerospace as a sovereign capability and strategic national asset. As Prime Minister Mark Carney recently stated, aerospace is amongst, if not the most important industry in Canada. We couldn't agree more. Canada's aerospace industry earned this reputation through decades of ingenuity, innovation, investment, and political leadership that recognize the importance of this strategic sector. Today, Canada remains one of a select few countries in the world with the ability to design, build, certify, and sustain complex aerospace systems and platforms. These capabilities are foundational to the readiness of the Canadian Armed Forces and to our commitments to NORAD, NATO, and our allied operations. Canada's aerospace industry already supports defence platforms, sustainment training, simulation, advanced technologies critical to Canada's security and global competitiveness. Canada's civil and defence aerospace sectors are deeply interconnected, relying on shared workforce, supply chains, industrial base, and innovation ecosystems. One cannot thrive without the other. That interconnectedness also makes aerospace a uniquely strategic dual-use sector where investments in civil aviation, defence and space reinforce one another while generating broader economic, technological, and security benefits for Canada. If the government is serious about delivering on the strategy, and we feel they are, strengthening Canada's industrial base and translating commitments into capability for Canadians and our allies, the following priorities, in our opinion, should be addressed through a renewed and enhanced relationship between government and industry. And again, very pleased to see Pillar 1 of the strategy reiterate that. First, procurement reform and speed. We support the establishment of a standalone ministry with full responsibility and dedicated staff to ensure faster, more predictable procurement processes. The establishment of the Defence Investment Agency is an important step and should serve as a key pillar for executing the objectives laid out in the strategy. The agency has the opportunity to champion a more agile, responsive, and outcome-driven approach. For far too long, defence procurement discussions have focused primarily on being fair, open, and transparent, without an equal emphasis on outcomes. In today's environment, procurement systems must also be efficient, effective, and timely. Timely delivery is itself a strategic advantage and can help deter potential threats. Secondly, long-term demand signals and industrial certainty. Companies invest, scale, and retain talent when governments provide stable long-term procurement visibility and policy certainty. That includes creating opportunities to build in Canada where domestic capabilities already exist, and ensuring procurement planning supports long-term industrial development objectives. And finally, supporting innovation and industrial scale-up. Canada has a skilled workforce, advanced technologies, and the industrial expertise required to compete globally. The federal government needs to continue to work with provincial governments on a national skills program to ensure alignment, including from universities and colleges, on industry objectives and needs. Government also has an important role to play as a first buyer, helping de-risk, validate, and scale Canadian solutions while providing innovative companies with the credibility needed to compete in global markets. Mr. Chair, members of the committee, the strategy represents a strong and important foundation, but strategy alone will not determine success. Execution will. The opportunity now is to move quickly from strategy to implementation, converting policy commitments into real operational readiness, industrial strength, and economic growth for Canada. Canada's aerospace industry, from the very small to the large, stand ready to partner with the government, the Canadian Armed Forces, to help deliver these objectives. Thank you very much, and maybe I'll just make a final offer. We're heading into the summer season, and we'd love to have each of you tour one of our facilities. We're located right across the country. Thank you, and I look forward to the discussion.